As the APEC leaders wrap up their summit here in Peru, Joe Biden, the outgoing US president, is holding his final meeting in office with China's President Xi Jinping. They're talking about, obviously, where that critical relationship between the two major powers is at, while the rest of the leaders have some anxiety about where it's going to go under the new president, Donald Trump, particularly when it comes to trade and when it comes to climate change. Trump is threatening to withdraw the US from the Paris Climate Agreement.
There is a common theme throughout every nation's contribution here, that we're all dealing with the global inflation challenge. We need to make sure that we create jobs through acting on climate change, addressing food security, addressing global supply chain challenges.
For Australia's part, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is talking up the potential for Australia to become a renewable energy superpower and export solar power to the world, as is planned under the Sun Cable Agreement with Singapore.
Singapore doesn't have a space. Now, the opportunity that's there for us to use the best solar resources in the world, to have solar panels producing power not just for Australia domestically, but potentially exporting that power as well, is enormous.
But he's not going to lock in a commitment to give us the 2035 emissions target for Australia before the end of the year.
I'll leave each nation state to do their NDC and to put forward their targets. Our focus is on achieving the 2030 target, because 2030 comes before 2035.
This is something that's required from signatories to the Paris Agreement at some point next year. The British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has already named an ambitious 81% target. Anthony Albanese remaining coy on when we might see his level of ambition. From here, it's now on to the next summit, the G20 in Brazil, where there will be more of a focus on climate change and an expected meeting between Anthony Albanese and Xi Jinping.